Well, this is the second to last, penultimate session of the day, and we've got a crowded group of really, this is the AWE Gaming Hub. These are exhibitors, and they're going to have 5 minutes each to give a rundown of what they're bringing to the event, and also some interesting observations about the process that they've been going through. So let's start with our friends from Northern University, please. Okay, can we go straight then to DarkArts Software?
Like I just said, Patrick Ascolese, founder of DarkArts Software. Our current game on the market is called Trip the Light, Let's Dance. It is a partner and teaching dance game. So let's see if I can get to the next one here. Okay, so that looks right. Yeah, so this is just a lot of the words about, like, you know, a lot of things we do in this game are to bring out movement, confidence, energy, flow. Really, dance is about expression. Dance is about learning. It's about joy, right? And so there's a lot of things that we try to bring into the feeling in Trip the Light. Where am I supposed to go with this one? All right, so like I mentioned earlier, Trip the Light is a partner dance game. You're dancing hand in hand with a virtual partner. We have augmented reality modes with pass-through. We've got full VR immersion into like beautiful dance environments. We've got a rhythm challenge where you're effectively like mirroring and following along and doing combos with your dance partner who's leading you, as well as a teaching mode where we can teach you the basics of partner dances like salsa and others. So we do have a couple things that we're announcing today. So the first one is we have a preview of our first K-pop song available to play in our dance game. Also, we're bringing the game to the Pico, and we're hosting a challenge on the Pico today. So over the next 3 days, whoever has the high score on this Pico challenge will actually win a Pico 4 Ultra and be able to take that home with them. So we have a leaderboard that's available, and it's all automated. You guys come over and check it out here after. Let's see, what else? So a few other things about DarkArts. We are also entering into doing some enterprise offerings. So we have a lot of interesting technology like custom mixed reality capture tools, some like LBE operator app type things. And we're growing and trying to bring our expertise both in XR content and like advancing XR as a platform and a medium as a whole. So let's see if I get to the next one. All right, so a little bit about how we built Trip the Light that's different, I think, than maybe a lot of XR companies are thinking about things. So we work with professional dancers. We have motion capture suits to develop choreographies, to do machine learning around how people dance. You know, we work with local musicians, professionals in the Seattle area and elsewhere in other places to, you know, really bring a human component to our applications because, you know, the games are about people, they're about connection, and people make games. So for us, really that feeling of this person you're dancing with is there with you, and there's a connection, can really help people get that feeling of what it's like to do it if they've never done it before. And it kind of grounds it and makes it a fun, realistic feeling experience. Okay, and about DarkArts, also that N was definitely supposed to be on the next line. That was totally on purpose. We did that because we just wanted to be different, right? DarkArts does it different. Yeah, so anyway, you know, we have a large staff, a relatively large staff for a small company of people across the world. We have employees in multiple different countries. We have lots of people with lots of different both gaming, tech, animation, music, and other entertainment backgrounds on the project, working on the project. We also do other things like I mentioned. So we have some patented technologies that we could show off. We're doing some customized rendering tech. So and we have lots of other like interesting game ideas that we would like to work on one day in the future as we continue to bring XR and Trip the Light forward. Yeah, let's see. Okay, a little bit about the team, and this is not the whole team, right? So just so you guys can meet some of us, some of these folks are here. So it's me, and we have Alyssa, who is here, our production director in the lovely skirt, and Sabine, our CTO. Some other folks who are not here today, down on the left, animators and technical artists, and Mahin and Dong Ho, our boy geniuses, are also here today helping support the booth. So, yeah. Okay, here you go. You can connect with us on all of the socials through this link here. You can come to our booth that's directly next door and play Trip the Light. You can play the challenge, try to win a Pico headset. Like I said, we have a new K-pop routine. We have a new dancer. And, you know, we're announcing that we're bringing the game to Pico soon. So besides that, we also have some really interesting rendering technologies and other things that we could show you if you're interested in seeing some of the other stuff that we do. So thanks. All right.
Perfect. Could I have Matt come up now, please? Thank you.
Thank
He's
you.
just
Can we
putting it
sit?
up
Can
there.
we sit down? Can we sit down? It's been a long day. Do you want to sit here? I'm Matt Flint. We're from the UK, so you'll have to bear with us. This is Evan. So up until 5 minutes ago, Evan wasn't going to join us on stage. He was really nervous. We're here with Evan. So his company is Xorwire. Xorwire is an indie VR gaming studio. Evan is 16 years old. He's done 2 million gaming installs on Meta. Just under. Okay, I've probably slightly, but yeah. Okay. We're here to showcase High Horns, which is a goat climbing game. It's incredible, and I'm going to pass you over to Evan. He wasn't going to talk, but he's going to talk. So here you go, Evan.
Hi, I'm Evan. I'm the founder, CEO, main developer, artist, musician, programmer, the whole 9 yards of Xorwire Games. I'm 16. I will turn 16 in February, and I don't really know what else to say. I don't like talking on stage, so I'll let the video do the talking. Who do I give the mic to? Come take it from me.
Ashley next, please.
You've built
Oh, sorry. Please go for the video. My apologies.
$400,000+ just last year. This is a gaming business. Like, how did you get into that? What was the start of that journey?
My first actual game made in Engine. I was 12. It was December 11, 2022. I was just starting to work on a little monkey game because, why not? Back when I first started, I wasn't really inspired from anyone. I wanted to make my own stuff. I wanted to have my own little charm to things.
At 15 years of age, having a business that did over $400,000 last year, like that blows my mind.
My mum, she put me out of school because I wanted to do stuff. I wanted to get big. And now I'm here. I couldn't do it without my mum.
Where should we try to go to?
It's a mimic.
He's shooting laser. Oh my god!
Well, we already got the fucking way out.
Maps not same way.
Got me a fish.
Sorry there, we're out of crowbars.
So that's all it is.
Hello. I'm Ryan. I actually couldn't make it. I mean, she's here, but she's busy. So I'm here. You get me instead. I'm with Basement Bunker Lads, which is a part of vrCAVE, which actually we have a booth over there for vrCAVE, and Here Is Together over there. We've actually been making VR games for about 10 years now in the LBE space. Here Is Together is our first entrance to the commercial market for the home user. We're going to be releasing early access on Quest 3 this year in September. It is a multiplayer dungeon crawler built for friends, as the slide says. We are trying to make a really social sort of game. All of our free roam games in LBE are built for multiplayer, so we took that same kind of philosophy into the home market as well. We want to make something that you're going to play with your friends. So we have a dungeon crawler game. There is a social hub that you can hang out at with your friends, up to 4 people. Various mini games and stuff to do and collect there. Then you dive into the dungeon. We have hordes of enemies. We have 4 unique playstyles. There's 4 different classes. We have Knight, Archer, Mage, and Brawler. Our demo over there actually is the first time that we are publicly demoing the Mage class. So if you have a chance to play, that's become my new favorite. You throw spells at stuff. It's also fun to be the Brawler and punch stuff. There was a guy punching pretty vehemently over there very recently. And our social hub, Tetherfall, that's where you hang out with your friends. It's where you pick your class, play a few mini games, manager upgrades. Also, we are from Canada, so you can grab a poutine if you haven't had one of those. I do recommend. Yeah, it's in the game, and if you're not Canadian, I guess you can get a hunk of meat instead, but why not become Canadian? The coolest feature in this game that we really love is called the power pose. It's a multi-part gesture technique that you actually have to learn from others. You don't get to do this off right when you start. You have to see somebody else do it and learn it from them. It also gets more powerful if you do it with more people. And I can demonstrate one here because why not? The whole point of this game is to feel like a hero together with your friends. We were very proud of the name, and we figured like what's better for a hero than like looking the part. So it would go like, and then imagine a really big fireball exploded, and it's cooler in the game. At some points I'll run out of slides and the video will play. So it's after this one maybe. The dungeon run, we have a desert biome that you can explore. There are 45 hand-designed rooms in there. You'll get a random selection each time. So each time you do a run, you're going to find something different. You're going to find some new rooms. We have a whole bunch of different enemies in there, lots of different types of encounters. We have already seen that you put a bunch of people into the game that either know each other or don't, and amazing things will happen. My favorite so far has been the all-brawler party. You just picture 4 guys punching everything they can see, and that's pretty much what that is. There's also secrets to find, upgrades to earn. We're hoping that people will pick this game up and play it a lot with their friends. We're hoping to do a lot more content in the future, and early access is going to be in September. So yeah, that's Here's Together, and I think if I press play again, we'll get a trailer. Don't have the trailer? Okay, you can see the trailer at our booth.
Thank you. Okay, great. So hi everyone, I'm David from Hyper Creative. So we're working on an app called Dance Guru. It's another dance app. So in this app, you learn real partner dancing in mixed reality, anytime, anywhere. So social dances such as bachata, cha-cha, salsa, and waltz. So Dance Guru came from a very personal frustration I had. I wanted to learn to dance for many years, but I stopped so many times. And I realized many beginners stop for the same reasons. You know, private lessons are too expensive. We cannot keep up in group lessons. They're too shy to dance in front of others, and we keep forgetting the dance steps. And most of the time, we just don't find a partner that we can practice with. And that is why we built Dance Guru.
So here's a video.
Welcome to Dance Guru. Learn real social dance styles with step-by-step guidance designed for beginner dancers. Watch demonstration of the dance figures with detailed breakdown of body movements. Don't have a dance partner? Practice with a virtual partner. Step onto dazzling virtual stages. Perform your choreography. Get scored by virtual judges. Earn rewards and dress to impress. Dance Guru. Unlock the dancer in you.
Okay. So Dance Guru is built around a very simple gameplay loop. So first, a user will learn through guided lessons, visualize the footsteps, and track progress. They can then practice with virtual partner, repeat the routines at their own speed. And when they're ready, they can go socialize in competitions, one-on-one practice, and multiplayer parties. And eventually, as they improve, they can earn rewards, such as costumes, hair, skin, routines, and music. So traction, our users are actually learning. We're actually learning real partner dance skills that they can take back into the real world. So since our launch is in early access back in December, we have over 20,000 lifetime installs. We have 15,000 lifetime active users. Our monthly active user purchase conversion has grown to over 3%. And since our last update, our revenue has grown by 2.5 times. But what matters to us the most is actually what the users are saying. So one user said, "This will save me tons of money in dance classes." Another said, "I did quite a bit of ballroom dancing, and this is so realistic." And this one is my favorite. It says, "My 70-year-old mom even got a Quest 3 because of this." So Dance Guru started as a winning project from the Meta XR Hackathon back in 2024. Which led to an invitation to speak at the Meta Connect. We were also very honored to be recipients of the Meta Star Lifestyle Grant, the RFP grant. And also we got a subsidy from the Taipei government, the city government. We are very honored that last year we got recognized by the Unity Taiwan Award. And also this year we're the finalists at the AWE Awards. So our next step is to scale Dance Guru into a global dance platform. We're going to keep building more advanced lessons. We want to integrate AI so that it could be voice coaching. We want to also add multiplayer features for one-on-one practice and dance parties. So our goal is to reach 100,000 MAU by end of next year. So if you haven't already tried our app, please come over. Our booth is over there, and let's unlock the dancer in everyone. Thank you.
Oh, here we go. I see. There's 2 green buttons. Hi, everyone. I'm Ryan Canuel. I run a studio called Petricore, and we're based in Worcester, Massachusetts, about an hour outside of Boston. We've been building games in the XR space for over a decade now. We started the studio back in 2015. And we've been nominated for previous AWGEs in the past. We're actually up for one this year. We do a mix of work as a studio, so we do consulting work with clients in addition to building a lot of our own games. And a consulting project that we've been working on for the last 2 years or so with Scholastic is up for an AWGE this year. It's a new kind of book series that has an augmented reality companion component to the series that tells a story in tandem with the actual book. We have it at our booth over there in the corner, so you can come say hi and check it out if it sounds interesting. This is not all the team, but most of the founding team from when we started way back in 2015. I'm here. Christina's over there recording me, and you can come meet some of our other team at our booth. And these are some of the brands and folks that we've worked with over the years. Some of our bigger projects that you might have heard of us for, Mythic Realms was our biggest game. It's a mixed reality role-playing roguelike, where we turn your room into a dungeon and you go on adventures battling monsters and gathering resources, and you bring those back to VR where you're building up a kingdom over time. So the loop is like you do adventures in your living room and gather stuff and bring it back to VR and build up and become more powerful to do like boss fights that take over the whole room. it was really inspired by a bunch of us loved RuneScape and just grew up, imagining the world was a more magical place where you could be a hero fighting monsters in your room, and so we thought we'd use mixed reality to make it real. We also worked on a game called Hero Boot Camp that was an eye tracking game that we actually built with for the MetaQuest Pro as a showcase for what an eye tracking based game could look like. And then we also have a game called Capsule Critters. It's a smaller title that we brought to pretty much every platform we could, the Vision Pro, the HTC Focus Vision. It's ported to Android XR, and it's a simple puzzle game that is very similar to like the Suica Watermelon game, if anyone's played that. But our current project that we are still really early in development for is called Death's Game, and it's a multiplayer card battler, really heavily inspired by games like Yu-Gi-Oh!, Marvel Snap, Inscription. It pits two players in a VR card battler where the creatures that you summon on your cards actually like physically come to life in your space, and you're dueling for your soul against the other person that you're battling with. So it's still really early. We actually will have a demo starting tomorrow of a single-player version of it, but we're actively looking for folks that are interested to sign up for the Discord. If you love card games, and this sounds like something that's really cool, we'd love to have you. We're going to be doing an early test in the next few weeks. And when it came to Death's Game, so this was actually something that we were starting really early, and we were just seeing a lot of other VR studios be successful with posting about the game really early and getting it out there. And so this was a title that we actually just put out some, only 3 short-form content clips, just showcasing generally what we had in mind for this game. And it blew up way beyond our possible, what we could possibly hope in terms of engagement. So we've had over 1 million views and engagement across those 3 posts for this title. And it's still super, super early, and we're just getting started with it, but we're really excited with the reaction that we've seen online for it. And so we're preparing for an early access launch on Steam and on the MetaQuest. And so if that sounds interesting or any of the other things that I shared, we'd love to have you come by the booth and come check them out. So thank you.
All right. We're going to use the word environment kind of interchangeably, but I wanted to describe quickly a little bit about why we got to be where we are. I have notes because I used to teach speech class, and I always told my students, don't do it ex-temp when you can prepare, so I'm going to use my notes. At Chameleon Studios, it was actually our son who kind of inspired us a little bit. We're also a bunch of neurodivergent gamers, and he asked, why can't learning be as much fun as my video games are? And it gets to a very key question, and that is, kids want to jump in and play their video games. They can't wait to get back to their video games, and it's very rarely a book of homework or any assignment that beckons that same kind of immersion or enthusiasm. So we decided, let's try it, let's do it. So we also believe that games can be instructional, and maybe we were influenced by things like Oregon Trail, Assassin's Creed, and Age of Civilizations, among others. But currently there remains a disconnect. Instructional design still heavily relies on put it in front of them, make them read it, test them on it, send them on their way, and hope it sticks. And we know that cognition works a lot differently than that. We don't learn systems by observing them. We learn systems by actively participating in them and seeing what we can do to change or manipulate those systems. And so we want to take chances, make mistakes, and get messy. You might be familiar with another instructor or educational person who said that. So fun is what we want to focus on at Chameleon Studios while containing the messy and making sure that our players come back for more. All right? Because learners often struggle with comprehension, applying knowledge in different contexts. So we wanted to create something that was much more multi-sensory, engage their perception, as well as their physical movement and energy. And simulation is one of the ways that in a VR environment you can really captivate people and immerse them into those environments, which is kind of nice because one does not merely read about theory, one must experience the theory. So we help learners build meaning incrementally. In other words, not overwhelm them, but give it to them in small, tangible pieces via story and via puzzles. So part of our design always begins with inspiration, and then it's a matter of marrying code, artwork, and animation with that. So we started out as a small family business. We've now added to our family a couple of coders, another artist. So we are developing our team as well as we are developing our game, which is kind of fun. It goes hand in hand. The game teaches us and we influence the game. All right, so this is James Watt, and you may or may not remember him from any high school class or college class that you had. And while he did not directly experiment with electricity the way that we are in the game, he did patent the double-acting steam engine, which you should see appearing here, and he helped improve the containment as well as the generation of power. So, what you see is actually a model attributed to him based on an 1839 design by Napier and Sons. We took that, hang on, you need the signal, there we go. We took that and converted it to a design, but we thought, you know what? It's not real until we add code and animation and make it a living thing. So, to quickly cut to the chase, we are down at the end of the gaming hub next to David and his dance and just before the hero game. So come over and take a look at us and see what we are developing. It is an escape room set in a castle, and you have to solve puzzles and try not to electrocute yourself in the process, which is the beauty of VR. You really can't. So you can play with electricity, maybe shock yourself a little bit at how much fun it is to learn about electrical theory and bring life to those names that you may vaguely remember from a textbook.
Hey everybody, that's kind of loud. I'm not used to hearing myself talk. But I'm with Northeastern. My full name is Sokian Jonathan Ook, but I'm known as Johnny. Ryan, you probably know me as Johnny as well. But we have a booth here. For the most part, we have a lot of students that are demoing some of the projects, games, research that they're also kind of like doing over here too. So at Northeastern, we have a lot of different programs, you know, game design. We have a new MS in extended reality as well, and a PhD program that's interdisciplinary. So I manage the XR Immersive Media Lab on the Boston campus. We have a variety of devices. You know, I have like a fleet of like MetaQuest 3 headsets, you know, vrCAVE headsets, like all the cool things that you could imagine. I literally have that in my lab, which is kind of awesome because like I love tech, and you know, this is like how you make stuff by having the tools to play with. So like a lot of like what I do is basically like supporting, you know, the faculty, the students in the various classes. But I can kind of talk about, you know, some of the interesting things that our students are doing. Our first cohort in the Masters of Science in Extended Reality just graduated, and a lot of those students in this 2-year program, you know, learned how to develop in Unity or Unreal Engine. A lot of them come from, you know, different backgrounds in media, games, and et cetera. And a lot of them have really been able to, you know, utilize spaces like my lab, you know, wonderful faculty, you know, from the, you know, different disciplines in our college, and create something really, really cool, you know. And for them, you know, these kinds of experiences really kind of like leverages off of, you know, events like this. So I'm kind of glad that we have so many of our students here at our booth. They're presenting their research papers, they're talking and speaking here at AWE. For the most part, you know, a lot of our faculty are doing research in health, you know, health sciences, you know, education, you know, obviously game design, and also just kind of like entertainment. So some of our students have been utilizing, like motion capture suits. How do we bring these avatars? How do we mix reality and virtual reality together? How many of us like music, and how do we bring those that want to experience like concerts into VR? So with like the technologies that we have in the lab, they're able to kind of like execute that, and some of them are here as well. So at Northeastern, we have a lot of, like I just kind of mentioned, programs and degrees. Like I said, our master's in science in extended reality is at the Boston campus. It's also at our Oakland campus. We have campuses kind of like everywhere. But we also have an interdisciplinary PhD student program as well. So one of our PhD students is showcasing some of their work here as well. So that's kind of like basically all I really have to say. So like one of the things that I want to mention is that we're here the whole time. So if you guys are interested at what we're doing at Northeastern, interested in the Masters of Science and Extended Reality, maybe even thinking about a PhD program, stop right by. We're right behind you guys over here. You can see some of the amazing work that our students are doing. Some of our faculty are here as well. And obviously, if you're interested in like learning how an XR lab works, or maybe even like connect with some of our students and faculty, I'm also here as well. So that's it for me, I guess.
Thank you to all of our presenters.